Hello, Facebook, YouTube. Thursday morning. Oh man. Well, thing is, it's just people are. A world we live in is just, very drastic. You know what I'm saying? It's too drastically far-fetched from reality. I'm finding out how much far-fetched it is to reality. Wow, it's just amazing how how the world is making people believe in treasures. Believe in they present something as a treasure and people accept it because of, I guess, the instant gratification of the flesh. They accept it as a treasure, and and they try to make it like this is the only treasure that can suffice me and my heart. You know what I'm saying? If I keep this treasure of the earth in my heart, it's going to, help me be a great person. It's going to help me feel great. Remember, I taught on feel, the F-E-E-L, and the field, the F-I-L-L. But only God, as the Beatitude said, blessed are those that are hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Only God can fill us, but the world can't. They can make us feel good, for a while, but you find out what you were filled with when you're at the world, in your earthly heart. Emptiness, the ingredients of the earth without the Spirit of the Lord is without form, void, darkness, Genesis 1 and 2. And it's just so crazy how people are not, accepting, and how much people will accept is just, wow. I know you can accept darkness, you know what I'm saying, and how the world system is, but to what extent is scary. And I'm finding out from God revealing the true treasure concerning heaven, that, the earth is just not there. It's not really on that level, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, people just need to really see and recognize that this church, this world is not on the level of the universe. Now, when I talk about the universe, I'm talking about the universe is known, if you study Judaism, the universe is known as the visual heaven. You know what I'm saying? It's the visual heaven that we see. But if we look in spirit concerning, the divine, light, we will see light out there instead of darkness. And heaven is more light, and more light above and stretched so far as, unmeasurable. But the thing is, when I say the universe, I mean, the universe. I mean something that is far-fetched than beyond, infinity. This is an infinite, territory that you cannot measure, and we, created this, in this world is like Satan is trying to help you. The master plan is to make this church, this world, a better church, a better treasure, best way as possible to us, from our temporal view, our moment. And, I was talking to a friend of mine, David, at Starbucks, and I was sharing him with the idea of a Polaroid camera, the and it be start off dark, you know what I'm saying? But once the negatives remove out of the, picture, you can see the picture. And I was showing him the reality of that's with people, but the more we take pictures, they like to, see it in its negative, seeing things negative. The world is seeing things negative. And the thing is, as much negative that they see things, the negatives don't remove. The negatives don't remove, because the thing is, the power of belief will keep negatives, like, on those pictures, to stay right there. After they done take the pictures, the negatives, will stay right. We will keep those negatives right there. Instead of it removing, and fading away, you see the picture, because people love negativity so much and believe negativity so much. We will keep the negatives in the pictures that we take of our thoughts in life, and we think that everything's negative. Everything is bad, everything is wrong. But until the divine light comes inside our minds and we start transforming by the renewing of a mind that is about light and not darkness, then the negatives start removing from the picture, and now you can see the picture clearly. Now you can see this world more clearly and see what's a treasure and what's trash. And I see people, the Satan is, doing a great job. He's doing a great job in the system of the world concerning television and radio, of making people believe in this dark treasure, the treasures of darkness, and people are just gulping it up, it's really a treasure, and I've got the light, and I'm looking at this trash, I'm looking at trash, like, for instance, these celebrities, these world superstars or something in music and in, actors and, mainly music. And I'm hearing the curses coming out of these stars in their music, in their songs, more likely, and people are idolizing these, people, and thinking that they're, great. I'm like, they speak curses great. They can speak great negative things, great. But you think negativity is something great to value, The thing is, it's amazing, how people will like listen to those words of the songs and hear all this negativity and think that negativity is some kind of great treasure to keep in their minds and their heart. And it's like, wow. And they if they meet this great, artist or, great actor or whatever that, all of, told him, tell yourself he's all about negativity, they're like, oh, it's you! You're that, person that I love that loves something about something negative, Wow, amazing. And they just go crazy over somebody, that doesn't believe in God, that, believes in gods and goddesses and believes in, witchcraft, believes in everything negative, concerning the things of God. But yet, they can do their God-giving gift, that the gift of the callings of God is without repentance, that therefore they can utilize their God-given talent to put out negative things concerning darkness, to lure people into darkness, and people that love darkness will be lured there, and people, I sit back and look at people and say, wow, Satan is a great deceiver, he's a great, that's the only greatness I can put on Satan. Satan's a great deceiver, because he's deceiving a great amount of people to believe his lie. And the thing is, I was listening to I was blessed. To me, I was blessed to get into Christian music, Christian music concerning songs and holy hip hop. And I was listening to my old school cross movement. Listen to I like to go back, and then go forward, then go back and forth, because I love the words of the songs of light that's telling me the light of the truth of the world system, And the thing is, God is showing me signs. It's crazy. The thing is that people are just so very blindfold, and it's just crazy how blindfold they are, and we really need to, shine the light. I mean, God taught me about this, to respect darkness, and he taught me this, and this is what God taught me. God taught me how to respect darkness with like James Bond. I love James Bond movies, and Batman, the animated series. I used to watch that, and to respect the darkness, that the darkness is sinister and evil, is smart enough to conduct a plan that can, destroy the world, And I was telling, David, I said, David, I watched G.I. Joe religiously when I was young. You know what I'm saying? They gonna put it on the morning. They put G.I. Joe in the morning. How you gonna put G.I. Joe in the morning and Mac gotta go to school? Because now Mac is in school. He's meditating on what Cobra gonna do next. Hey, that was just, you don't want Mac to pay attention to this teacher, because my mind is gonna be on figuring out what Cobra gonna do next. I watched G.I. Joe like that, and Transformers, and Voltron. So it's tough to keep my mind on. But I watched this, I told him this, I watched this, and I start seeing a balance of good and evil and light and darkness. And it inspired me to, start looking at the world in my imagination to see something beyond, the earthly scheme of things of this world system, And I started looking at things, and I said, something's wrong here, And I told him, I said, I remember I told him I saw an episode when Cobra had using a doctor, using a hospital that, says helping people, and really it was a Cobra headquarters that they was using for a sinister plan to try to kill people, and how they uses disguise, And I looked at the hospital, and I'm seeing this snake, two snake thing with wings on it, and I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, whoa, I am never will be a hospital fan, but I know people need to go to the hospital when they're sick, and if they want to resort to that, that's understandable. But I'm not trying to go to the hospital as long as they got this two snake and this winged thing in front of, everything concerning the hospital and healthcare. Nah, I'm not anxious to not go there for anything or any checkup whatsoever. That's my image, and I don't never dig the hospital, but I had to go there for my grandfather, and whenever I guess get really sick or somebody gets sick, go there. But I ain't trying to go there. I'm not trying to go there. But anyway, but things like that, I tell them I see things from that kind of spectrum, that no people are not seeing the light and darkness. They're getting caught up in the world system and say, oh, I got to work, I got to go to school, I got to go this, I got to go do that. But I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing from that spectrum. I'm seeing that there's a light and there's a darkness out there, and guess what? I want to be a part of the light system that I can help people in darkness. All right, that's the message. Hope it's blessed you. I don't know the top of the message, but to God be the glory here forever. Jesus' name, amen.